This is Mastering Mathematics with your teacher, Karen Weston.
Good evening, everyone. Here we are back again with our program, Mastering Mathematics, sponsored by the EBU in the Ministry of Education and ABS Radio. Of course, we know that everybody's now sensitized to the fact that mathematics is something that is very easy and we can all do it. You cannot do it without the information. You cannot do it without content. And I am here because you, the taxpayers, made it possible for me to spend enough time at the University of Nottingham to get the strategies that would have been required to teach you this lovely subject. I am passionate about it, and I want you to come on board with me. We have done our number theory, we have done sets, and now we are on that lovely branch of mathematics that people would like to tell you it is so difficult. But take it from Karen Weston, one of the easiest areas in mathematics is algebra. It is the part in terms of putting it in real life situation where instead of writing words out to the full potential, we will be taking what you would call shortcuts and we would be making initials. Now, if I use the word from Greer, he has said that the method of algebra, it's an extension of those for arithmetic. And in algebra, what we do, we use letters and symbols as well as numbers to represent quantities. That is the difference here. So whereas before in our arithmetical aspect of the mathematics, we were just using numbers, algebra deals a lot with letters and we make abstract ideas and we are supposed to put it in context for you. So that when we write that a sum of money is 50 pounds, we are making a specific and particular statement. But if we say that a sum of money is p pounds, then we are generalizing. And this general statement will cover any number that we can substitute for p. So p can take on any value. So what would you tell somebody about algebra? It is symbolic. It's using letters. So when we get into these areas where you're just talking about numbers associated with letters, then we're in that aspect of algebra. Okay? So today, I'm going to take you first of all to the basic aspect of mathematics. We won't be touching the at least only one time touching the examination papers to show you it is simple. It is easy. Now, what I want to do is to take you right into the topic for algebra. We are just going to know that the topic, it is as wide, as it is as broad, as it is as deep. So what we are concentrating on are the content and the areas that you will be asked to do in terms of your CXC exams. We are actually presenting these mathematics lessons with CXC exams as our focus. Because once you would have had one success in passing an examination, after that, you are going to come to become a mathematics genius. Take it from me. Okay? Now, suppose somebody has said to you, the sum of two numbers, what and how would you represent something like that? First of all, what do we need to know? We need to know what is meant by this word sum. Okay? And you look at it and you say, it has not changed. It's what we said when we were doing the arithmetic part of this program. When we talk about sum, it means that we are adding and we want to get a total. Now this time, I did not say the sum of 5 and 7. Neither did I say the sum of 3 and 2. I said the sum of two numbers. And so, in the world of algebra, all we would be saying, let the numbers be x and y. And we use small case letters, okay? X and y. So if we wanted to find the sum of two numbers and you were asked to represent it as an algebraic expression, all we would have been writing is just x plus y. And that is the answer. Because x plus y is the same thing as if you are actually saying 1 apple plus 1 sugar apple. And you can't get a single fruit out of it. All right? You would still end up, if you had it in your left hand and then you were going, if you had it in your left hand, you're going to put it in your right hand, you would still end up with an apple and a sugar apple. So if it just says, in terms of algebra, that the sum of two numbers, you have that choice to make the type of letters that you want to use here, and it would just be given as x plus y. It's a symbol. It's symbolic. Now, somebody could still have asked you again to say to find at least 3 times a number. 3 times a number. We did not say 3 times 6. We did not say 3 times 10. Okay? So we can say, let that number be P. All right? And again, in terms of our arithmetical operation, anytime we're saying 3 times anything, we know we're in that realms of multiplication. So then it would have been then 3 times P. And what we do when we're representing it as an algebraic expression is that we ignore the multiplication sign, because we know that when we see 3P, it is understood that multiplication is involved. Okay? The number in front of the letter is called the coefficient. Okay? So let us get that new word on the board here. The number in front of the letter is called the coefficient. So it is important for us to know that, okay? So in this example, for example, where we have 3P, coefficient would be equal to 3. All right? So again, we build our vocabulary as we go along. So we know the sum of two numbers, x plus y, the number 3 times the number would just be 3P. Now, if it says one number divided by another number, again, we have the choice of using letters to represent those numbers. If the numbers are not given specifically, then we choose what letter we want to use. So here we could have been using S, and we could have been using T. All right? And if we are saying that we are dividing one number, so that number is S, and it's saying divided by another number, we still put our symbol divided by T. All right? And again, in algebra, we can represent, not in algebra, but just as what is done in other areas in mathematics, this can be written as S over T. That means divided by. When we were using our numbers, we had 12 divided by 3, and that could have been written as 12 over 3. Nothing changes. For algebra, we are not saying a specific number at any given time. We may just be generalizing. We need to know how to conform and how to construct our expressions, and eventually leading into equations that we may be able to solve. Now, it can get more complicated too, okay? So we can have things saying 5 times the product of two numbers. 5 times the product of two numbers. Notice again what we want to know. We want to know, what does the word product means? Okay, product. And so we see that these vocabularies, they are a transfer from one branch of mathematics to the other branch. Not because we met it in the arithmetical area, it precedes and it comes along with us too, although we are now looking in the area of algebra. So again, we say algebra is an extension of the arithmetic paradigm. Okay, so we're talking about product. What do we mean when we say product? Yes, we are indeed multiplying. This time they did not say 12 times 11. They asked us to find the product of two numbers. So the first we're going to be looking at, say, if we let the numbers be M and N. So the product then, our product would be equal to M multiplied by N. And of course, in algebra, we are very neat. So we would leave out the multiplication sign, because once we see numbers together like this, we know that it means symbolically to multiply. So we'd be writing MN. All right? And then it says we need 5 times this product. 5 times this product. Now, in certain areas where we have it then 5 times the product, okay, we would be writing 5 times, and the product here is MN. So that is what it means, okay? So we want to find 5MN, and that is our answer, okay? If I had given you specific numbers and had said you want to find 3 times 4, the product of 3 times 4, you would have said it is 12, and then somebody went further to say, and I want to find 5 times that, then it would have been 12 times 5, which is equal to 60. The operation holds the same when we are dealing with letters, and that is what basic algebra is all about. Now, you would understand that because you're not given a specific number, that at times, as part of the operation, we would have been getting to say, let A be equal to a specific number, let B be equal to a specific number, and then asked to find a value. After just this little session, we are right into the examination papers immediately, asking you to find a question.
Whenever possible, draw a diagram. Even though you may be able to visualize the situation mentally, a hand-drawn diagram will allow you to label the picture, to add auxiliary lines, and to view the situation from different perspectives.
So here we are with the 200 January examination question. If A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3 to negative 3, and C is equal to 4, it says evaluate. And that word just means find the value of, and the expression, look at what we have. AB minus BC, and so this was 2-part question, and 2B, open bracket, A minus C all squared, from the 2007 January examination paper from CXC. Okay, and I'm telling you, after 5 minutes in an algebra class, you're in a position to get 3 marks from your CXC examination results. Let us look at the first one. If A is equal to 2 and B is equal to negative 3 and C is equal to 4, we are evaluating, so solution, we're finding solution for AB minus BC. What does it mean? It means wherever we have A in this algebraic expression, we're going to replace it with the number 2. Okay? So we're saying since, and we must state our sums, okay? There's logic and reasoning in terms of writing mathematics. So we're saying since A is equal to 2 and B is equal to negative 3 and C is equal to 4, and we use an arrow, this would imply that, and that is what that means, this would imply that AB